Hi, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to the beautiful sanctuary where we honor ourselves, where we honor our movements in our life. We honor the truth and we honor ourselves to love ourselves and any moment in our journey, because it's a blessing to continue to have the strength to walk with faith. 44 on the timer, because you know to have strength is to have so much love for yourself and to believe in the forces that are standing by you, in which guide you 111 on the timer so you can continue to have the strength within your soul of being. So, welcome. Take a seat. Chillax. We're here today to welcome this beautiful moment in our life, to welcome these beautiful divine blessings to be transformed into our life. Because congratulations, I'm not sure if others have told you, but you have succeeded. You have succeeded. Even if you feel like in this moment you haven't succeeded anything, but my dear, you have succeeded to embark into something new in your life, that the divine is going to call on you, to continue the work within your life. I do not know what that is, right? Because I'm not one to tap into no one's life. But I'm just gaining the sense like, congratulations. You have succeeded. And you're getting the green light to usher in a new phase in your life that is going to transform. That is going to transform into your life. And yeah, and I'm right. I did the calculations. This month is technically like, this calendar that people are presenting, like participating, it's quote unquote December, but it's actually September. And the month coming, that is technically January, right? Is technically October. So I'm right. So yeah, I'm just ahead of schedule. And that's why I'm here to bring this message to you, like this 10-10 portal is going to be the ultimate breaking of the cycle. Is going to be brought into our life. The shift is what we've been as a very young age. You know, our child, our inner child that was like, you know, dreaming those dreams like 444 on the timer, like that I want to live, I want to be free, right? Your inner child was sensing those dreams of creating beautiful dreams into your life for that sense of freedom, for that sense of to be alive. And that shift is here. That shift is here. Like, do you see my face? Do you see my smile on my face? I'm so happy. In which I just got done crying before, like, I started this message. I saw 555 on a timer. So, like, change is coming. Change is within the shift of the transformation that is gonna take place in our life. You know, transformation is change. And, you know, I'm so honored to be able to bring this message to you. You know, I'm so honored also to be able to receive this message, right? And I'm so honored to be able to succeed in this moment also in my life. In every movement of my life, my inner child has been guiding me to this moment to shine. And I feel like your inner child has been guiding you for this moment to shine as well. Like, all the damages within our life was a test for our faith, right? It was just a test. It was nothing more. Because the attempts that was formed into our life was just letting us know that we was getting closer and closer and closer to this moment in our life, right? For every damage that has been done into your life, I do not know what has occurred into your life, but if you felt pain within damages that has been done in your life, if you felt sorrow within your soul of being, those are damages. If you lost a lot of financial stability in your life, those are damages. Those are damages. If you felt scarred. And any form that took place in your life that stated that they were true love to be brought into your life, and then they went ahead. They went ahead and they placed swords in your back and also swords in the front of yours. In your heart. In your heart. Look what is being brought into your life now. And so 10:11 on the timer. And this is the shift that we've been walking by faith with. You know, that divine faith, like, bitch, I'm walking this valley. You know, I haven't seen nothing yet. I haven't seen change yet. You know, 10:45 on the timer. I've been seeing nothing but darkness in my life. But guess what? This shift is here. You're gonna be receiving the sun. But wait on it. What is that? The sun. Double suns? What? Your life is gonna shift magically. Bitch, you're gonna be walking into your magical life. That magical life that you dreamed of when you was a child. Bitch, I want to be that princess. I want to be that princess. That magical princess. Here it is. This is your life. For the ones that love tarot, in which I don't do tarot, I just speak, but you know, I have cards to represent what I'm saying, because I don't need no cards. But you know, for the ones that love tarot, here it is. Double suns. That means multiplied compensation to be brought into your life for every action and movement that placed trouble into your life. Those are damages in which has been declared in the higher realms. So you could receive triple amount, quadruple amount, whatever is owed to you. And also for your family, because if you are to receive this, that means your whole entire family line is going to receive this. It's not only you. You know, we are walking for our life, but we are also walking for the purpose for our family line. So to know that is to know that, you know, whatever has been done in your life, is also going to be brought into your family line. So this is a celebration that I'm congratulating to you. For the ones that are to receive this message, congrats. You have been marked to receive your justice, because it already has been declared from the higher realms to be brought and to be ushered into your life. And so, if you have been marked into that beautiful transformation to receive this blessing, to receive justice, to be declared into your life, there's also ones that are being marked. Marked to transform into their life is gonna hit like a tower moment, because today is here for once. The shift is here. They cannot escape the judgment and the consequences they will have to face. The tower is here. It already has been declared from the higher realms. They have been marked. Right? Because to crumble a tower is to mark this tower to be crumbled into ashes. To be marked. To be marked. And to crumble any tower that has been formed to attempt to sacrifice you, to attempt to do anything in your life, because they're working through them. These forces, they're working through them to be able to damage your life. They're working through them. And so their life, for the ones that has been marked and declared that judgment, oh my dear, the tower is marked to be crumbled into nothingness. To be marked to be crumbled into dust. Right? And for the ones that dared to want to siphon, to try to take what has been created in your life. So say if you had a bunch of money and you got into a relationship, I'm just giving a scenario, I just don't know, like, I don't know, I'm just giving a scenario. And, you know, that relationship was just siphoning you and putting yourself at risk for a lot of damage, and you lost a lot of financial stability within that relationship. If you lost any possession of material, like a car, a house, anything material that you have gained and you instantly lost it, those are the forces that was working through them. Yeah, that is the truth of it all. And those are damages that has been declared, in which now they're going to be transformed into nothingness. Because that's what they wanted in your life. They wanted you to be bound, to continue to siphon from your soul that matters to the divine. Bitch, they wanted to siphon everything from you, even to your soul light, to be bound by them, so they can continue to be a thief in the night. Because look at this, that's a thief in the night. Bitch, they're wearing a mask. That's a thief in the night. You see those swords? Red-handed. A thief in the night. Bitch, they were placing those swords into you like a thief in the night. You see that? And so you was feeling all those swords. You was feeling all those swords. And you kept saying, why do I feel this way? Why does my soul feel this way? Why do I feel like I'm continuing to relive a cycle, to relive a cycle that I feel like I should not be living? 21:44 on the timer. A cycle that I should not be living at all. You kept getting up, being awakened every single moment of your life. Once you open your eyes in this plane of existence, you was awakened again in that bound of that cycle of those swords being placed in your back, and also the swords being placed in your heart, because you felt it in your soul. You felt that coldness. You felt like your soul was about to give out, like it was the end. Because you was feeling these ones. You was feeling these ones, you was sensing these ones. If you are an empath, you could sense that sacrifice, but you did not know. You did not know their bidding. You did not know their bidding, that they were at war with your life. You did not know their bidding. You did not know that they were planning to be this tower in your life. You did not know. But the divine wanted you to transform, so you could see this tower. So you could see for the once, look, for the ones that was standing in creation, in creating this tower in your life. Because to create a tower in your life is to create loops of cycles. to be placed in your life as well. But the divine wanted you to transform. See that? You see that? Transform. The transformation was brought into you, so you could be the one to strike down the tower and to end these cycles of that loop, that endless loop that has been formed in your life, so you could be able to receive these blessings. Finally, in your life. Finally in your life. Because it was a long time coming. It was a long time coming that you was believing. Even with those darkness of times, you was believing. You was calling on the divine. You was crying. Your soul was tearing. Your soul was crying to the divine. Like, divine, when is this moment going to be brought into my life that I can finally receive peace and love? That I can finally sense this freedom, that I can finally sense the blessings in my life. And I'm getting chills when I'm getting chills, because this is also a moment in my life as well that I'm congratulating myself, because it took guts, it took strength, blood, and tears. Okay? Because there were continuing this bloodshed of this war, a bidding and sacrificing your soul, so you can continue to be siphoned, to continue to feel like your life is meant for nothing, to continue to feel like your life is draining into dust, because clearly they wanted you to be drained, and maybe, just maybe, to have you even sacrifice your own life into nothingness. Right? Because trauma within these conditions is traumatic. It's traumatic to be placed in these cycles that the divine is calling us to break, because we are the generational curse breakers in our family line. If you are here to hear this message, this is the truth. You are the generational curse breaker in your family line. And so, yeah, this is the moment that this endless loop is no more, because you'll finally succeed to break this cycle and to end the suffering that has been an endless creation in your life. because it was an endless loop that was brought in your life to try to take your love away from you, to try to take your self-care, your sense of life, your aspiration to continue, you know, your ambition to create, right? Because when we are placed in these cycles, bit by bit, it takes from us. Excuse me. It's the truth. Bit by bit, these conditions takes from us until the moment we say no more. No more. Bitch, I'm not feeling this no more. Bitch, I've been created for this moment in my life and also for my family line. Bitch, I'm not feeling this no more. Bitch, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut all these connections that no longer serves me. Because I know where I'm going. I know where the divine is placing me. 31:11 on the timer. I know where the divine is taking me. And so these ones are going to be cut out of your life. If they were a form of a karmic cycle of love, stating that they love you, a relationship that was brought into your life, even a family member stating that they love you, co-workers stating like, oh, you are my friend, I love you to the end, you know, I'm always there for you. Friends stating like, bitch, I'm your ride or die. You know those ones that be stating out of their mouth, bitch, if you go through anything in your life, call me. Those ones. If you need shelter, if you know, you having a dynamic in your family, or you live with your family, say that you still live with your family, and you're gathering what you have and saving it and stashing it to, you know, be able to move. Or if you're living with a significant other and you're having problems and you're telling your friends, and basically they're like, oh bitch, I got you. You need shelter, I'm there. You need food, I'm there. You need money, I'm there. Bitch, if you need, they feel entitled to your life because they feel like you need them. Bitch, I need you. Bitch, I need you. Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, I'm going through what I'm going through. 1:44 on the timer. Yeah, I'm going through what I'm going through. Yeah, that sounds good and all. But what's your motive behind that? When you are reflecting to me like I need you in my life. a need. Bitch, that's a cycle. That's a cycle to me. Like, I have to go to you. Like, you are a bank to me. Like, they're like a bank to you. And so when you are in need, you go to that bank and they give you an amount, right? They give you an amount so you could spend whatever you please. Bitch, that's a loan. That's a loan. When you are in need, the loan they're lending you, lending you a favor. Bitch, you are in need. They're stating that in their head. I see you in need. So let me save the day. Let me save the day in your life, because I see your life is nothing but this, right? And I see that you are feeling nothing but this. So let me show you that I could be seen like this, right? I could be seen like this. So you could be fooled, right? Because they were fooling you. That's the illusion. If you didn't check it, if you didn't catch it, this was what they were trying to state that they were. The sun to you. There was not no sun. They probably was a smiling, bubbly sun. Oh, bitch, I got you. Oh, you need me, bitch, I got you. You need food, shelter, water, bitch, I got you. If you have family that was there with you, going through any pain and any hurt, that you was suffering through a traumatic relationship that was taken from you, bitch, I got you. You could live with me, bitch, I got you. You are in need, right? Bitch, you need me to succeed in your life. I'm here to save the day. I'm here to save the day. You are in need. You need my favor. So I'm gonna pose like this. I'm gonna state like I represent the sun to you. But they're really not the sun. The whole motive is that they were this. They were part of the operation that you was trying to take down. Because you were so focused on the ones that were, on the ones giving you those thoughts. You was feeling those conditions, that traumatic conditions, right? Okay. So, yeah, you couldn't see that they were ones in operation within those towers. Because look, there's one here, there's a tower here, there's a tower here. And there are probably more towers, because more people that represent this type of energy is in operations of towers, of cycles within your life. And so they were posing like, bitch, I'm the sun. I'm the sun. No, don't look at the divine. Don't look at the divine. Don't look at the divine. Don't trust your faith with the divine. Because, bitch, I'm here. I'm here in physical form. I'm gonna save the day. Bitch, I'm going to save the day. Because I'm here in physical form. Bitch, I'm gonna pose like the sun. And the whole scheming of it all, bitch, they were not the sun. You see that? You see that? Scheming behind the scenes. You see that? You see that mask right there? That's a mask to me. It looks like the same swords that are here, right? The same swords that you have seen here. Look at that lighting of those cords. Do you see the swords glowing, representing those connections? Right? Those connections. But moral of the story is that they wanted to be seen like the sun to you because they were here in physical form. Not knowing the divine takes form in any moment of your life. It could be anyone. Say you go in traffic and someone stops their car so you could pass by. That's the divine in physical form. The divine does not need to physically be there. So you could feel the love of the divine. You're going to feel it with the forces that walk with you. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it with the ones that are in the spiritual form, that are bringing people in your life to actually be the sun in your life. Right? So, yeah. A thief in the night. More of the story is, bitch, they wanted to cheat out of life. They wanted to cheat, to use you as a pawn in their schemes. Pawned in their schemes so they can move forward. Because you are in need, right? You are in need. So I'm gonna use you like a pawn in my schemes. So I could cheat out of life. So I could cheat out of life. So I could gain the answers to live my life like it's perfect. Because ones that are formed with masks, they believe so dearly that their life is perfect. When behind the scenes, they need you to give them answers so they can continue to cheat at a life. More of the story is for the ones that hold masks to cheat at a life. So they actually need you. They need you. You don't need them. They need you. Because they cannot have those answers. They don't have those answers. They're not connected to the divine. Bitch, they're connected to operations to try to damage your life so they could continue to cheat at a life like their life is so perfect. Bitch, you're in operation to take one down, to damage their life like your life is nothing, like your life does not matter to the divine, the actual real sun to your life. To the actual real sun to your life. Right? So, more of the story is for every cheating game, for every cheat kind, right? Because they use your life as a cheat game. Hint, cheap. This is a cheap life. Yeah, this is a cheap life. This is why these people will never 144 on the timer. They will never gain ultimate fulfillment. Bitch, you wanted to cheat at a life? That's a cheap ass move. That's a cheap ass game. Bitch, you're cheap. You're cheap. You're in operation. You're cheap. You sell your soul. Bitch, you sold your soul for a cheap game. A cheap game. Within this matrix of life. Right? Because that's a cheap ass game. That's meaningless coins to the divine. And operations to try to cheat at a game. Those are meaningless coins to the divine. Meaning like, bitch, your life does not have any meaning. Your life does not have any meaning. Because the only meaning that you have in your life is to continue to be in operation, to want to damage one. To cheat at a life. Yeah. And so that's why this shift and this 1010 portal, you're going to be ushered in to receive the highest fulfillment of your life. The highest form of financial stability. The highest form of love, the highest form of peace, the highest form of soul of being, because to walk and to be ushered into this portal, to be shifted into this transformation, to be marked and declared for this justice, is to gain higher life, in which that's what you call, yeah, bitch, I got money for days. Bitch, I have coins for days. My life has meaning. This has meaning. You see, the gardens are flourishing. You see people in the background laughing, smiling. There's fulfillments there. There's meaning there. There's love there. There's support there. There's guidance there. There's peace. There's bliss. There's prosperity there. There's light shining there. Right? But what you see in here, what you see here, gloomy days, you see those clouds? Gloomy days, you see that? No one's smiling. Bitch, they have to be a thief in the night. They have to be a thief in the night in order to survive. They have to be a thief in the night in order to survive. Because they're not smiling there. That one is not smiling. Bitch, they're scared. They're scared to even get caught by being a thief in the night. They're scared. They're clenching those swords so deadly. Like, I hope I don't get caught. I hope I don't get caught red-handed by doing this stupid shit. I hope I don't get sentenced for the damages that I have done. I hope I don't receive karma. I hope I don't receive the doom that is going to be cast and created in my life to transform. Right? Because those ones has fallen into these traps of these organizations. Organized operation. And the only thing that they will sense, feel, be brought and reflected into their life, created in their life, is solely this. That's the cheap game. But you sold your soul. You sold your soul in this organization of operation. So everyone that you are being called to break this cycle, to break this tower of this loop, they're all going to fall down. They're only gonna sense this darkness within their soul. They're not going to feel the love of the divine. Bitch, you sold your soul. You have been linked. You see, yeah. This fell on the floor, so like, yeah, like, they have been linked within these cords of these threads that was damaging your life. And they were warned multiple times not, and I'm saying it again, not to continue to transform in their life. But they did not want to transform. They wanted to stay stagnant in their life and to continue this cheap game. This cheap game to use you as answers that was not authorized by the divine. Bitch, answers. Bitch, you was using curses that was being in your life as answers. That's a cheap ass game. That's not what you do to one. To use curses and cycles to try to use them as answers. To try to flourish your life. Bitch, they're called curses for a reason. Cycles for a reason. There's nothing flourishing in this operation. There's nothing flourishing. Do you see something flourishing there? Even the trees look like they're dying. Like they're soon to be decayed. And that's what they brought into their life, a decaying sense of life that is only going to transform because they have been marked and declared for those judgments, to use curses of cycles like answered prayers. Bitch, you use curses, cycles, like answered prayers. Yeah, like answered prayers. Right? Because they didn't want to do the work. They didn't want to work for this transformation. They didn't want to work for this. They didn't want to work for the true answers of the divine. They wanted to cheat and use curses. Use curses of these cycles like answered prayers, which was not authorized by the divine. It was not authorized by the divine. Who authorized that? Oh, the one that you sold your soul to. Who authorized that? The one that you are linked to. The one that you are bound to. Bound to. in which they were warned countless of times. Now, not to use no cycle like answered prayers. Bitch, who authorized that? Who authorized that? Because it was not the divine. So they dared to be like, what's making you going? That was their answer, right? Sometimes. Bitch, I know you're going through all this, but like, damn, you have this strength, like you keep on going. You keep on going. Why are you going? Why are you going? Why is your soul keep on going? When I'm actually being this thief of the night, I'm actually trying to know these answers. Like how are you having the strength to keep on going? When I'm trying to disguise myself like I'm the motherfucking sun. I'm trying to disguise myself. That's my true mask of disguising myself to be the thorn. To be the thorn. What's making you going? I want to know those answers. The dumbest question ever. To even ask someone, bitch, why am I going? Like this is a game to them. This is a game to them, literally. Asking you dumbass questions like that, that's a red flag to me. When someone asks, oh, why you keep on going? Why do you keep on going? Why does your soul keep on going? That's the real question. They're masking other words, but they're actually saying, why does your soul keep on going? When I'm actually trying to mask this thorn. The dumbest question ever. Moral of the story is that they aren't ready, and they will never be ready now because they're linked and bound to this one. They're linked and bound to this. They're linked and bound to this, and now they are marked to receive that punishment. You see that? They're linked and bound to that punishment. And the ones that authorized that, they're receiving maximum time. And it's not no earthly time frame. It's different in the spiritual realms. The maximum price is eternal life. It's eternal life. That's the maximum price in which they have been bound to, linked, connected to. And so when you are linked and bound to this one, bitch, you're linked with that same punishment within that time. So they will never be ready. They will never be ready because they're linked and bound to this one. to serve the consequences. Yeah, to serve the consequences of that, my dear. And no matter if they're able to swim or sink, it's not going to change anything. Because what has been done is done. And what will transform in their life is nothing but doom. This is why you don't use curses of cycles in one's life like answer prayers, which are not authorized by no one. And your true answer prayers are marked from the truest Son ever, the truest Son of the Divine. And the protection is there. So you see all those people there, they'll be protecting you. Your family of light, your family that has passed over, your family that are waiting for you when you are ready to transition out of this life. Those are the ones protecting you. Also, the forces that are in your team are protecting you, are protecting your life. So like I said, this shift is major right now. This shift is major and is coming overnight. It's coming overnight for once. Lights out for the ones that are in punishment. That light of that sun, it's lights out for them. Because everything that was formed in attacks, actions, movements to want to kill you, to want to siphon you like you was nothing to the divine. You will receive the ultimate light, the ultimate strength, the ultimate love, the ultimate fulfillment, everything that is going to be brought into your life. And they're only going to receive lights out. Lights out. There's no light there. There's no light there. Just coldness, dark, stormy nights, gloomy. Nothing forming there. Nothing forming there. And they're not going to be able to survive. They're not going to be able to survive. Their soul is not ready for this. But it's too unfortunate for them. Because it's gonna happen overnight. That shift is happening now, and if I'm being brought to speak on this, then it's major happening that is coming from the higher realms and being brought into our life. And this is a major shift for the ones that received injustice within our movements of life. Yeah. And so get ready, because you're gonna have money for days. Coin for days. Bitch, I don't need a loan. I don't need you. Bitch, I I don't need you. Bye. Because I have the true sun, I have the true divine with me. But you posing like you won. You not one. Bitch, you ain't ready. You was not even ready in your life, but you wanna pose like one. You wanna pose like the divine? What? Delusional. That's what you called conditions of delusion. Conditions of delusion. They're so far up scheming that those conditions has been ingrained into their life. Ingrained into their life. To believe that shit. To believe that shit. That being said, enjoy this moment. Congrats. It's a celebration to you. This is the longest message that I ever had. That I ever done. And, you know, the blessings are coming into your life. And, you know, I'm honored to even receive this download, to receive, like, I'm honored because this is actually, like, you know, my same, you know, shift also. Like, I'm also walking this shift. You're walking this shift too. So it's like we're all in this together. You know, we're all united to walk within this new shift in our life, and you know, it's beautiful, and you know, and this is why I'm so honored to even state these words to you, because you know, this is all coming from downloads that I have received in my life, and downloads that I have received coming from the divine, and which you should cherish this moment as much as you can, because you're gonna be booked and busy. If you are creating a business, booked and busy. If you're doing anything creative, booked and busy. You see that? Booked and busy. Like the ones that, how she'll never be busy. She's gonna stay forever in this here. Booked and busy. Booked and busy. If you are being called to move, you're gonna have the financial stability to move. If you are wanting a car, any material possession, you're gonna have the financial stability, because those damages that was created in your life because of the operation. Yeah, it's changing. It's changing. It's changing. Yeah. Yeah, and so this is it. This is it for us. I'm grateful for this moment. You know, I'm grateful for my life as well. I'm grateful. Like, I'm grateful. And you should be grateful as well to even receive this message, because this message is only for ones that have really done the transformation to walk this path in their life. You know, and even if you are beginning this path, you are gonna receive any compensation, because it's all being brought to us. It's all being brought to us. And so, justice has been served in your life. Celebrate it. This moment, cherish it. Smile. If you had any sense of like any hurt, any pain, sensing like, when is this ever going to happen? This is a message of relief. This is a message of release to your soul, to be like, hey, the divine has given me the message to give to you. Like, this is going to be received in your life. It's going to be ushered in, brought into your life. So no matter how your life is going, look, I have boxes here. I have boxes left and right. I have everything boxed away. I don't care about what's behind, because I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. So, 44:48 on a timer. And thank you, my beautiful souls, for receiving this message. This is a message of encouragement to continue to transform, to continue to love yourself, to continue to have faith within your soul, to have the strength to continue. Just continue is enough for the divine. Is enough for that justice to be brought into your life. To continue. Just to continue. Any step, any small step, it could be small or it could be big. The leap, the jump could be small, the leap could be big, but it's still steps to continue forward for your life. And so, my beautiful sounds, this is a speech of encouragement to continue to love yourself, and also to always have faith within your team, within your family, within ones that are truly standing by you, helping you in every moment of your life, and also to always trust in the divine, because the divine is actually being the true form of that sun in your life. Peace and love, love and light.